You need to work hard in order to know that you don't need to work hard. Hi, it's Marko. Today it's a beautiful day here in the Netherlands, Rotterdam. Together with my wife, I decided to go to this restaurant and do some work. Because 6 years ago, I've been having like 12, 14-hour work days as a content creator, managing social media for companies. But now it went from 16, 14, 12 hours to sometimes just working 3, 4 hours a day. Of course, I like to do my work. I mean, that's why I started with it. But in this video, I want to share with you my journey, how I discovered through my faith, journey in faith, how hard work isn't always 100% of the time totally necessary. Like and subscribe. So back in 2018, I started recording videos just to become better at expressing myself as a human being. Sometimes I would be very shy and socially awkward, but it was mostly the story I was telling myself. Like, it's Marko, the shy guy, and it would be a heavy weight. And every time I would enter social interactions, I would feel this excitement together with some fear. I remember one of my first dates really trying to get some questions in my head, like what should I ask my date? Should I ask her what's her favorite color? And while I was living so much in my head, maybe you are too, I forgot to live in the moment. So then I had the first date. I think I was like 14, 13 years old. And at one moment I asked her, like, what's your favorite question? And I don't know, I think she told me like blue. Hey, your eyes are blue and I like it. And it was just a few seconds, and actually I could have just had forgotten to ask her the question, and the date would still be good. So in life, I got into social moments, interactions, where I started to learn that preparing for social interactions is a stupid thing to do, man. Like, can't you just say what you actually think and not try to construct the best answer? But then after my teenage years, having had more dates, girlfriends, some presentations at school, I overcome some social anxiety, especially when I started recording videos in 2018. So I started working very hard, finished my bachelor studies in the city Breda, the Netherlands, and working full-time, recording these videos with a friend. Like, we were watching these entrepreneurs on YouTube, and we started to buy some products and then sell them online. Like e-commerce here in the Netherlands, you have this store, you can sell them via that Dutch website, it's called Bol. So having done that, recording some videos, working full-time, I really didn't feel, how do you say, I felt excitement at trying to overcome my social anxiety by recording videos. But I didn't feel excitement at my job. It was right before I started, 1 year before I started my video business. So at one day, while I was pretending to work, I was also listening to this podcast of Joe Rogan, and he was speaking about people acting as if they're working. So they're acting for their boss as if they're working. I was just typing and I was listening to him saying that, and I was thinking, oh man, that's not fair of me. So I was 8 hours at work, maybe 3 hours be doing actual work. And then what happened was I felt guilty. Like, I can't be an honest person if I'm faking it half of the time and getting paid for 8 hours of work. So I've been recording videos during these breaks at work. Some of the colleagues saw my videos. It was really awkward, but I was actually sharing stories of things that happened at work, like dealing with an annoying colleague. So these colleagues saw these videos, and I was really trying to stand for myself. Like, I experienced this story, let me just share it online, because I don't want another person to have power over what I can share online and not. So doing this for a year, going to this friend and his brother, recording some videos. Then my wife started recording these videos, and we really had no direction, just recording videos for the sake of it, like gurus are doing it. And then I saw Gary Vaynerchuk saying, like, you need to go online, man, you need to build an audience. I was like, I don't know if I can do that. I didn't have any passions or ambitions. So in 2019, a year after 2018, The friend and his brother decided to go a different route. So we weren't recording videos together anymore, and I got used to it. So I was like, what skill have I learned in this 1 year of recording these videos, trying to sell some products? And it was being comfortable in front of the camera. It was in Dutch, so I still need to get comfortable now. I see speaking in English, but how do you get comfortable? Just by starting to do the things. So they went their separate ways, and I was sitting with my wife, like, what should I, back then my girlfriend, what kind of company should I start? Should we start? Like, and she's a great graphic designer, has eye for detail, perfectionistic person, and I'm this action-oriented man, don't care about perfection and just go with the flow. And we were like, I was like, the company name was Reconstructed, based on the anime Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, like become a better person, like deconstruct your bad habits and reconstruct them into good habits. But when it comes to video, how can I use the name Reconstructed for a company that will be about video and the self-development? And my wife was like, represent excellence, represent yourself. Like, so being yourself on camera. You know what? I'm gonna just do this 4-week training, and that's gonna be the service I'm gonna offer. It was 6 years ago, and it will be called I Will Make You a King on Cam. So it was a Queen on Screen and King on Cam 4-week program. Didn't have any experience besides the 1 year of online recording the online videos and getting comfortable in front of the camera, learning to share my story like I'm doing now in English. Then I did a webinar via LinkedIn, and I got 2 customers. It was great, man. 2 customers for 500 euros. I was like, wow. I decided to quit my job. My parents were so mad. I might tell the story another time. But I knew, like, I had to deconstruct myself. I wasn't happy with the person that I was at that moment in time. So I was trying everything, like cold showers, meditations. I had a non-religious upbringing, and I was just sharing my stories on camera. I had no video experience. And while doing so in the Netherlands, TikTok became popular in 2020. So I decided to share short stories, and I went viral, like from 1,000 followers to 10.2k followers within 4 weeks on TikTok. I was like, oh man, so just by sharing your story, you can gain an audience. And in that, I lost myself, man. So like and subscribe. I might share another story about how I thought my identity was not in Christ, but in the videos that I was making and the views and the followers they were gaining. But for now, to stick to this topic, I started to work like crazy. I just tried everything, like not just the video business. I started to mix products that I like peanut butter and chocolate, like healthy chocolate, the cacao chocolate. And then while one day with my wife sitting in the car on a rainy day, we decided to name it Pure Choco Pinda Loco. So this is like my entrepreneurship and self-development journey that I'm telling you right now. And the funny thing is, I went to Friesland, Groningen, which is like 2-3 hour drive here in the Netherlands, going to this place where they would make the product, and then my wife would make the logo, and we would sell this peanut butter chocolate product. And I felt great, man, just to create something and to actually give people a product that they are happy to use. But besides the chocolate peanut butter business, I was doing the video business, coaching people, and then I gained some self-confidence because I started to go viral on TikTok. And in 2022, a few years in the journey, I was like, man, I'm also a videographer. And I started to say that I could make people go viral, and I did, because this woman gained like 20-30k followers. I started to work with this Dutch version of Grant Cardone that gained like over 20k followers, and I knew that I had the skill just to share your story in an authentic way on TikTok. I could, besides the coaching business, besides the product I was selling, I could sell social media management. But then I had some ups and downs, like few months that I wasn't truly able to pay the rent. I was living together, and then my wife had her makeup business, and she started to gain customers there because of her TikToks that I was filming and managing on her. social media. So that saved us a few times. So I had these ups and downs in this journey, and I was working like crazy, like waking up every day around maybe 6, then going to the gym. A lot of months I was in the gym at 6 o'clock. Now it's opening at 7 a.m. But I started to work out, listen to a podcast, Jordan Peterson, whatever, Joe Rogan's, whatever. What's the Jocko Willink? It's the name. Later, Dan Cow is a great YouTuber and speaking about self-development, online business, and I never felt satisfied. But while listening to these self-development gurus, which are great, I also was doing this 8-month Bible study. And there, it was a cult experience. I might tell about that in another video. But there it was like you work for God like 24/7. There were people in that cult I was together with my wife, they were sleeping for like 3-4 hours and bragging about it. The cult is named Shincheonji, maybe you've heard of it. South Korean, which we later discovered, and then we decided to leave. Crazy story. So also in my journey to getting to know myself as a person, it became a journey to get to know God. And I thought, because of the cult experience, that it's about just working your ass off, just like I did in my entrepreneurship journey, but never feeling satisfied. After we left that cult, I thought we left God, because they gave me the feeling that God's in their group, even though Christ is the head of the church, and it's not the building, but Christians. We Christians ourselves are the church, right? And we're saved through grace, not through works, but faith without works is dead. So this was the balance I was trying to search for in my entrepreneurship. And man, just 6 years into this journey, it's 2025 now, I said to myself, well, some days I just don't want to set an alarm. Some days I just don't want to make content. And some days I just want to enjoy time with my wife and discover what God has put into this day, which is not always about work. Some days are about doing nothing. And to me, as a sometimes high performance guy, it was all about learning to not work, to relax. And this morning I woke up around 9. I had 2 calls at 10. Like within half an hour I had 2 calls. One new client, which we spoke with before. They're ready to work with us. Second client, which got to me via a different contact. Also a Christian woman, but she doesn't really want to share about Christianity, just her business, which is great and fine. And then I was like in 30 minutes having these clients. Ja. Ik had de Thais soep. Ja. Oh, dat ziet super uit, man. Wow. Dankjewel. So I got this Thai soup. She's gonna make a video. So we're just eating here soup, and I worked for 30 minutes and got 2 clients. Like really, you need to work a lot of hours to know that you don't need to work a lot of hours. You need to have faith in your journey, and for me personally, also God, the maker of this world and the designer of my brains. And when looking at nature, like the tiger won't go hunting for food the whole time, right? I mean, he has days where he's just sitting and relaxing and saving his energy for the moment that, in his case, nature calls him to go on a hunt. And for you and me, as human beings, developed in the image of God, we don't need to work constantly, man. Like you can have a 16-hour work day and then the next 2 days you just work like a few hours. And you know the famous saying that when you do something that you like, it won't feel like work. I think that's the point of living. In the Netherlands you say, je leeft niet om te werken. Je werkt om te leven, maar je leeft niet voor je werk. Which means you're not living your life. You're not working to live. I mean, you are working to live, but you're not living to work. I don't know if you get that, but I was just sharing it. So let me know your thoughts about this, and this is one of my videos where I'm starting to share these faith, entrepreneurship, content creation stories. And I made this document called The 10 Commandments for Christian Creators, which I made for my Dutch audience, which I already have, but I'm just starting new in English, and I hope you enjoyed this video. It's Marko, and I'm happy to read your comments.